Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite racks that we sell here at eTrailer. It's the Saris MHS, and we're going to be taking a look at it on our 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. So to start off, if you're looking for a more premium rack, this is going to be in that category. It does have a couple cool features, but one, you can actually just add on to this. So right now we have 60 pounds per bike, 60 pounds per bike, and we can do one more add-on that you can add to your cart on our website, but that one will be limited to 40 pounds per bike. But the first thing about this is we don't have to worry about not being able to access our hatch on our Grand Cherokee L. I'm just going to pull this lever. It's very accessible from the end there. So unlike the NV 2.0 that has a latch up here, that one's really easy to get to. And we have plenty of room. I do like the distance right here. So whenever your hatch is open, it's about 17 inches. So you can go ahead and grab your stuff out. There's plenty of room to walk. So I like that. I'm not really giving up my hatch access just by carrying bikes. I'm just trying to enable it to be able to carry bikes, and we're not disabling it at all. Whenever we're done with that, we can just lift it up. It'll snap into place. And now we can get a closer look at the rack. One, it's a wheel mount, so this isn't gonna touch your frame. So for your carbon fiber frames, or just nice frames like this, it's gonna keep the paint good because it doesn't touch any of it. But if we do wanna take this bike off, we're gonna start down here just by pressing this little tab. And I always do these first because it doesn't really hold the bike upright, so it'll still stay up like this. But then whenever we get to taking the bike off, always put a hand on it just so it doesn't fall into your vehicle. We're gonna have a relatively bigger latch here, so if you are riding in the winter and you have gloves, it's pretty easy to get enough leverage. And we can slide this out, and it goes all the way down like this. And the same on the other side. I do like how the arms fold all the way down, so this bike is relatively heavy. So this way I can go up to it like this and take it off. So a lot of these other bikes, these other bike racks, they don't have a lot of room there, and getting the bike that is closest to your vehicle off is usually the hardest. But with the MHS, it's not that difficult at all. So let's take a look down right here. It's an integrated cable lock. I like to lock up my stuff, especially when I'm traveling. And the nice thing is it's not just some sloppy cable that you have to throw in your car. It stows away right here. It'll wrap around your frame. There's plenty of room, and it'll lock in here. And it comes with a locking core. Some other bike racks, you have to grab locking core separate, but Saris throws it in with it. We're gonna have a cable lock for this bike and our other one as well. If we do get an add-on, it's also gonna have its own cable, which is nice. So every single one is gonna be locked and secured down. It's just gonna prevent anybody from having sticky fingers. Of course, any lock is gonna be, you can cut it or whatever, but it's mainly just a theft deterrent. So whenever we're done, we wanna fold these in. And then let's go over the amount of length it's gonna add to the back of our Jeep Grand Cherokee L. So from the bumper to the farthest most point, which is this lever right here, it's about 39 inches, which isn't a whole lot. And at this point, the ground clearance is pretty good just because the Grand Cherokee kind of sticks. It's pretty tall. So you have a little over 2 feet of ground clearance. So if you do go off-roading or just up a steep driveway, you're not really gonna bottom out. So now let's go ahead and fold these up. Same lever as before. But the cool thing about this is we have 2 different drive modes. So this right here is a drive mode. If you have like a back glass that folds up like my car, it allows you to be able to access that, but we can go all the way in like this. And that's gonna cut down our length quite a bit. So from our bumper, same point as last time, to the edge, it's about 14.5 inches, which isn't a whole lot. A nice thing about the dual arms is on both sides, we're gonna have these holes on the side here. So this little piece can move down. So the wheel diameter will go from 20 inches all the way to 29, which is quite a lot. So all you have to do, if you have the kiddos bikes or you have it set up for a kid's bike and you want to put a larger bike on, we can pull this out once we twist it enough, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. We can pull this out. move it down, line it up with whatever one works best. Every bike's gonna bring a different configuration, so you'll have to kind of play with it to figure out which bikes you're using and which orientation is best for you. But I just like that. It has a lot of the adjustable features, which is just nice. You never know who you're gonna run into at the trail. You make a new friend, they wanna go with you, and you're not used to their bike. This rack's gonna be able to take care of it. And another thing about the whole entire tray being so long, we have a wheelbase of 53 inches, which is more than most of the competitors. All in all, I think this thing is quite the package. It is a modular system. That's what MHS means. So it really does give you a lot of options when it comes to bikes. So you can really bring whoever you want to the trail with you. It's for your 2-inch hitch receiver, so make sure you have one of those. If you don't, use our fit guide on our website to get hooked up with the right one. It has an anti-rattle bolt with a locking core on the end. This is gonna be key to like with all those cable locks for our bikes as well, so you don't have to have a bunch of different keys. So that's nice. And then the anti-rattle bolt, that just keeps the shank and the hitch receiver bound together, so you're not gonna hear any rattling and there's not gonna be any excess movement on your bikes. All in all, I think this looks cool. I actually took this to a trail about a week or so ago. I felt really cool with it on the back of my vehicle because not a lot of people have this. It's fairly new and it's just a really cool design. I think it's gonna add to the look of your Jeep Grand Cherokee L. And that's pretty much it for a look at the Saris MHS 2 bike platform rack on our 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L.